become a part of.
Indeed, Fortum is an energy company. We do not have any machine building capacities. However, we do have a partner which has, and that is the Rosnano company. And it was specifically Rosnano who, in between us, outside of the investment activity into the energy sector, is responsible for everything that is supposed to be localized, considering and including nanotechnologies. Fortum invested about 4.5 billion euros into the Russian energy industry. Last year, we completed our mandatory investment program, and now going through the stage of the operational activity. So I'm acting here under two hats. The first one is that we have additional capacity contract payments and additional capacities, a fantastic mechanism for investors which guarantees the returns. And we are reinvesting our money into other additional capacity contracts, including the sun power, and that seems to be a never-ending cycle. However, we need to think about who pays this money to us, because if this is kind of a never-ending cycle, is going to be cumbersome for those who are paying money, and this is our consumers, then this whole thing is going to end up very soon. As we remember the story of the very same thing amongst the grid networks, it will really be something short-lived. And the amount of commitments which is in the wholesale market you can find these days against the diminishing amount of additional capacity contracts in the thermal energy has already exceeded the volumes which are being displaced out of it. So in terms of the consumers, what kind of danger there may be for us? I mean to say that already now for consumers, and the energy really performs well in long-term investment cycles, going back to our own distributed generation, is approximately 25–30%, which means that the most advanced amongst our consumers will start switching over to their own generation and will disconnect themselves from the market, while the prices that we have are very democratic. But when your network component is about 40–60% from what the end user is paying, and additionally all those non-market kind of markups, like, for example, we know how many riders are there on this horse and how many will join those who are on mounted, will make us very much concerned. So I do agree with Alexei that we need to very much scrutinize this picture. Another couple of words I would like to add to it, and that is that Mr. Chuvaev mentioned that by 2016 the price was $136 and that was the first tender, but effectively that was not the first one. In 2015 we won the first tender in Ulyanovsk. We're building the wind farm and the price was $174. And the only tender in the wind power which took place with a very strong competition was the last before one, and three players won some serious amounts, and so these volumes are being distributed throughout the whole program until 2024, approximately 30% between Rosatom and Rosnano Fortum, and 10% for Enel, and additional 1 gigawatt is going to be played out within about a year during the next tenders. And so the price for capacity went down by about 30% as a result of this competition. But I would like to draw the attention of Alexei to what is happening to the hard waste when a tender was being played out just for the sake of one company, and one lot was in excess of 1 billion. So let's run the future tenders according to different principles so that they would be transparent and not customized for one particular company, because we've got technology, we've got experience, we're building capacities throughout the whole world, and we would like it to be competitive, transparent, and so that our consumers would also win from it. But generally speaking, we are a very positive attitude towards what is going on. We have a reliable partner, we have sufficient volumes. There are 3 technology platforms currently in the market: Vestas, Siemens Gamesa, and Lagerwey. So all is going on very well, and so the fiery speech by Mr. Chuvaev testifies to that completely. Thank you.